Hey guys, it's Daniel Nguyen here from You Coaching, and welcome to another session of the Marketing Spotlight. I'm sitting here today with a lovely gentleman named Angelo Argryos from a chartered accounting firm called Silver & Young Chartered Accountants. Welcome, Angelo.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
That's very good, man. You're looking very sharp today, may I add?
I knew you were coming, Daniel.
He dresses up only for me. So, the reason why it's such a privilege for us, I think, to be sitting next to Angelo today and having a chat with him is that he's actually been in the newspapers as part of the Young Entrepreneurs. And how was that?
It was great. It was great. It was a program organised by BEC, which is a government-funded organisation. It targets small businesses, and this specific seminar series was to target people under 30, looking to become true entrepreneurs. So looking at how your business can work for you as opposed to you be a worker of your business.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I love about talking to you, Angelo. It's not about so much about the today strategy. It's about having that long-term view of business. And have you always seen business in that light?
I think the long-term view of business always has to be to bring financial well-being to you and your family. And if you're a slave in your own business, then you'll never be able to enjoy that financial well-being. So the long-term view has always got to be, how can I work on my business so that my business can provide for me?
Absolutely.
Rather than work for my business so that I'm a slave to it.
Absolutely. So it's really having the business so that it'll work for you rather than having it the other way around.
Definitely. And
you're saying that the key is planning and proper strategy.
Definitely.
Which makes all the difference. Now, for those of you that are watching, if you can just share with everyone how long you've been in business for and sort of, I suppose, what sort of clients you've dealt with up until now.
Yeah, I've been a partner of Silver & Young for 3 years now. The clients we deal with vary. We do still look after a lot of mum and dads, individual clients, but the bulk of our work comes from working with business people, small businesses turning over up to about 20 to 30 million.
Right.
The key that we look for in any business that we work with, and the one thing we found most of our clients have in common, is a desire to grow their business.
Absolutely.
An entrepreneurial spirit. And we normally work with businesses that have 1 or 2 decision makers. Things like family run businesses that have been running for many years, where the decision makers are 1, 2, 3 people. So when a decision is made, we can work together to move forward and maximise their wealth. Absolutely.
And just listening to you right now, Angelo, I mean, that was pretty impressive that you were able to break it down to such minute detail. And I suppose in your years of operating, how was it that you actually came about identifying that clear niche that you've developed, that you've just shared just now?
Well, before Silver & Young, I worked in a couple of other firms. One of them was Deloitte, and the region I worked for, the section of Deloitte I worked for, was the 10 million to 100 million turnover market. And within there, we looked after a lot of high net worth Australians and family-run businesses. The one thing that I identified there, and I try to bring into this firm, is the need for close contact with these businesses. These people live and breathe their business.
Absolutely.
Their business is their life. Their business is the well-being of their family.
That's right.
So everything important to them in their life is attached to this business. So when they need something, they need it urgently. When they want something checked, they need it checked thoroughly. Unlike dealing with the CFO of a company that doesn't actually own the company, just gets a wage, dealing with the owner is a very different experience. It's a different way of doing it. It's a different experience.
And I suppose that's your niche in itself, where people have direct access to you and also have the ability to get things done very quickly.
Yes, we try and turn around things as quickly as possible. We try and take their problems off them and put them on our shoulders to run with them. You know, you might be a great manufacturer, but you might not know a great deal about tax law. Well, I'm not a great manufacturer, but I can help you with tax law.
Absolutely, and that goes with the saying, why not leave it to the experts in that respect?
Definitely.
Now, I've known you for Angelo for a bit of over a couple of years now, and I have witnessed his business grow. Now, over the years, what would you say has attributed to the growth of your success with respect to marketing, the way you market Silver & Young as a business?
Word of mouth marketing has been the most effective for us. Obviously, with that, we have worked on having a website, doing some various promotional material, working with a marketing consultant yourself, to make sure that everything else works together. The word of mouth aspect is the bit, I guess, that communicates to other people what service it is we provide and how we provide it.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
without everything else,
Yeah.
it wouldn't work.
Absolutely. And you mentioned, you allured to word of mouth marketing as
Yes.
being, I suppose, a level of core driver for any business.
Yeah.
Now, for people that aren't familiar with word of mouth marketing, is there a secret to the way you do word of mouth marketing?
No secret. I think if we take the opportunity when it's there. So if a client tells us that they're happy with what we've done, then we'd ask them not to tell us.
Mm-hmm.
We thank them for the compliment, but we ask them if they could tell a friend.
Yeah, beautiful.
If there's something wrong, we'd love for them to tell us.
Yeah,
But if there's something right,
yeah,
tell your friends and let them come. You know, you go to a nice restaurant because a friend recommends it,
yeah, absolutely.
not because they have a fancy website.
Absolutely. And it goes up saying that, you know, if someone does come to you and says, you know, how do I ever repay you? We tell them two things: pay your invoice, and secondly, tell your friends about the experience. And you're not really, so to speak, selling.
No.
You're more or less asking them to share their experience and how their friends and family members can genuinely benefit from your service.
I think as human beings we tend to tell everyone about the bad stuff often, but
Mm.
we forget to tell people about the good stuff.
Mm.
So sometimes a small prompt helps.
Yeah. Yeah, and that small prompt, the price of that is essentially just a few seconds, perhaps a bit of saliva on the side, and a big smile at the end.
That's it.
So, any last words of advice for our business owners out there looking to grow and establish their business?
I guess the best advice that I could give is how critical it is not to get overwhelmed with the work that you're performing, and to work on the business weekly as
Yeah.
opposed to once a year when you're doing your financials. So working on the business is almost as important, if not more important, than working in the business.
Absolutely, and that's the difference between the employee mindset
Definitely.
and the entrepreneur's mindset, which makes sense why you got the papers. Good one. Well, thank you very much for your time today, Angelo. I'm sure it's been very enjoyable for you watching. And should you have any further questions about Angelo's business, he does have a website. It's www.silveryoung.com.au. Check it out. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.